This is Dave Kjendal. I am the Chief Operating Officer and Chief Technology Officer here at Senet. Senet is one of the founding members of the LoRa Alliance and one of the leading companies advancing low power wide area networking around the world. You know, markets always evolve over time. So the kind of this connected dust, this low power IoT stuff is still, I think, in its early stages. And in its early stages, you have this really unique dichotomy or set of stresses on the market where by necessity, as an organization, you might have to do many different things in that technology stack, as I described. So we built hardware, we built the software for the hardware, we built the network, we built the core network software. You do all these different things because you have to. There's not a partner in the market that you can take advantage of. But that, you know, if the market is growing successfully, that changes relatively quickly. And you find players who are bringing expertise into those different segments of the technology stack. And then you need to be able to kind of quickly realize what your core value proposition as a company is and focus on your core value proposition and partner with these other companies that are complementary to the technology stack and the overall go-to-market. And that's the power of an ecosystem, right? Of bringing those market forces to bear. And it's also the power of having that clear vision for your own business to say, this is where I'm going to focus and this is where I'm going to partner. I don't need to control everything. In order to have an ecosystem of partners who are complementing each other in their go-to-market strategies, you do need to have a vision for how they play together. And that was for us one of the big differentiating features of LoRaWAN versus the other low power IoT communications technologies that were very prevalent in that 2014 kind of time frame. So if you think back to OnRamp and Newell and Sigfox and all of the others, that was a huge variety out there. But of all of those, it was really LoRaWAN and the LoRa Alliance that had this clear vision of an open standard, an open ecosystem. My real recommendation to everyone doing anything is always this. It's always, you have to take the first step. So you have to start marching down a path towards a goal. Don't assume that that goal is never going to change. I had a CEO in my history once who had said something to us, which was, when we set the vision for the company and we steer the company towards that vision, it's not like you're driving a car. It's like you're sailing a ship. And you set a North Star and you may have to tack and you may have to come about and you may seem like you're going in a slightly tangential direction for a long period of time, but it is not a straight line. But it's important to get off the dock because if you don't, you're never going to get there. And I think for these large companies, sometimes that can be a real challenge, is understanding how you allocate a reasonable budget for that initial period of exploration. So you need budget to do exploration, but you should still be setting interim goals. It's kind of like the agile software development kind of cycle. You need to be making intermediate progress that's measurable and definable. And that's the most important kind of critical element there.